Ahoy, land lovers! It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. And welcome to another Saturday. This one happens to be Saturday, September 7th, 2024. And we're playing, you guessed it, Cobalt Core. Now, I promise this isn't solely a Cobalt Core stream, but I can't overemphasize the amount of things I've had to do and the amount of time, the amount of, like, excess time I've had to accomplish anything. Silly me, I took like 10 minutes before the stream to watch a video to try and get something set up for Halloween that I'm still not sure if I could do, but I think it would be fun if I could. And before doing that, I already had checked every facet of the stream to make sure it was all working correctly. And in order to both do these things and watch that video I just mentioned, I needed to have stable internet connection. And so a few minutes pass, I hit start streaming, and then as I'm on the sort of idle screen to let people join the stream before I like start talking, just my internet craps completely out and I drop like upwards of 10,000 frames or something in a couple minutes. It's like, okay, I should reset the router, I guess. Now, there's a funny thing about the router. I've already complained a little bit about how I had to spend an incredible amount of time with tech support to get a device that can act as a router set up, so that was already fun. But I have had just like a couple, maybe at this point like 3 total outages, none of them significant in length, but like where, you know, just lost internet service briefly. And there's like an app associated with the router that comes with this service, and it has like, you know, run speed test and like check connection as like features on an app that you can download that you're supposed to be able to like oversee the network with. And there's sort of a fatal flaw in this, in that if your mobile device isn't connected to internet, then those functions don't work. But you see, those functions in particular are kind of to troubleshoot the fact that the internet isn't working. So yeah, that's not ideal. Welcome to Stream Anime, and also my mom, JM Platts, Demolition, and Project EOS. I hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday. But, you know, to try and start today's stream off on a better note than yesterday's, we have managed to make some very real progress towards solving many problems. I did mention yesterday at some point that after much ado about getting it scheduled and committed, we did get the roofers to re-roof my entire house. My mom helped find an electrician to hook up a ventilation fan that was installed as part of that because the old one was not functional. And also I wanted to, at my dad's suggestion, upgrade the breaker box to a higher voltage, I think. I'm not really well versed in these things, but basically I just wanted, maybe it's amperage, I don't know. I wanted to upgrade it because streaming technology requires like a lot of devices to be plugged in at the same time, and frankly the breaker box is reasonably old. The house was built in the 70s, and you know, just didn't have that many devices back then. I don't know, hopefully at least 75% of the way towards getting the paperwork I need to change my car's registration from California to Florida. For the moment, I'm opting not to bore you with that saga. It's really just miserable and depressing, and it's mostly just like, I bought a car with a modest loan over the course of 5 years and didn't really have any issues with the company who issued the loan until they were supposed to give me title so I could change over ownership in an official capacity, and then they just did nothing but lie to me and not help. So that hasn't been super chill. But I think the paperwork I need from them is in the mail and due to arrive in the first half of the week, but then I still have to do something with the California DMV virtually and hope that that actually works, which good luck to me. But progress because I didn't have that paperwork and just had a bunch of lies. So, you know, presumably having the paperwork soon is an upgrade. Um, and yeah, I met my next door neighbor today. He told me an interesting fact about the previous owners of this house, which puts some things about this whole stretch of the neighborhood in perspective. I've mentioned that there are a number of cats. I haven't been very particular about the number. There are a number of cats. I was given a particular number. This gentleman, my neighbor, said that, yeah, the previous owner of this house had 17 indoor cats and 17 outdoor cats. Now, I don't really know what happened to all the indoor cats, but he said that like I've seen at least 9 cats simultaneously just out on this street, and they've mostly congregated around his house, and I kind of thought maybe he was like an intense cat enjoyer, but his account is that, you know, those folks moved out of this house, and then presumably there was a large number of outdoor cats, and he was like, I couldn't let the animals starve, so I started feeding them. And now they kind of just mostly like his driveway. I was driving home one night this week, and just like as I was driving down the street, I like slowed down a bit because, you know, residential street, and I just like happened to look down his driveway, and there were just like 9 cats all like watching me simultaneously drive by, and I was like, oh, that's actually a little spooky. But yeah, I mean, apparently he's just looking out for the cats that got left behind. It's interesting to me because, like, I have actually seen a really notorious within my family, like, TV show about, like, a house flip, for something that was called The Cat House. That was effectively, like, a house that was abandoned and overrun with feral cats and was just, like, absolutely, like, filthy and disgusting. And, like, you really wouldn't get a sense that, like, upwards of a dozen cats lived in this house. I mean, it was... It does... Again, it sort of puts things in perspective. I'm guessing that the people who sold me this house who were themselves, like, a renovation company who do that as a profession. They probably got this house originally on the cheap because it may have been pretty wrecked by having a bunch of cats, which is why everything is pretty newly done here. But I mean, it works out for me. I'd really, you know, there have been some issues. A lot of those aren't the sort of things that would be affected by having what I might consider to be too many cats within a house of this size. But you know, what I get out of the deal is that it's a pretty well renovated house for a low price point. Because let me tell you, the only price point I can afford for a house is low. That's part of how we've ended up here. But again, to keep in the positive, it is nice to have a house that is mostly renovated. It's a little upsetting that I'm spending a bunch of money on renovations still on top of that. But at the end of it, it will basically be a new construction, all considered. Not literally, but like, so many things will have been done between myself and the company that sold it to me that it will be like a new house. That's what you did with your brother's first house. It was a bank flip that needed a lot of work and the neighborhood wasn't the best. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, that type... Those are circumstances that I think are typical for a flip. He was saying a little bit, there's like a house across the street from his house whose roof is like busted to crap. Like, if you pay even like a moment's attention to it, you notice like how rough of shape it's in. And he was like, yeah, they tell me that they're gonna fix up that house. And he said it, and I don't think he gave very much more information than that, but he sort of, it was said in this way that implied, like, they may have been saying that for a while now, and if you look at it, it's clearly not done. Is the water heater new? I'm not sure I was specifically aware of that. I know it was, like, recently inspected by someone. She said the house was a drug lab for a Mexican cartel. That's fun. I will spare you the specific comment. There was an off-color comment made about a Hispanic family who lives at the end of the block, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna talk about that. In fairness to my neighbor, he is 71 years old. He is from another generation, and maybe I could try to nudge him to not say those things, but I just met him, and also he's 71, so I don't know. But yeah, that was an interesting part of the day. And weirdly, this is the first Saturday since I've moved in that the mysterious home on the range ice cream truck didn't drive by. Which isn't to say that I anticipated finally getting ice cream from it. But every week I tell myself I'll remember next week, and didn't until this week when it didn't come. Anyway, that's a little update and an attempt to not be so toxic as yesterday. I didn't do this. I did overlook that facet of things. Just making sure the screen was already up and didn't take a couple seconds to load. Everyone's sense of immersion is ruined. Anyway, time for Cobalt Core. These 7 cars outside the home and 12 plus individuals in a 2-bed, 1-bath home. See, that's too many people, much like 17 indoor cats is too many for, this is a 3-bedroom home, but it's like it's not huge. So Cobalt Core, we're effectively like right in the middle of, a run. So we have, our current ship is the Ares. We, as a starting bonus, we selected to replace our starting artifact with a boss relic. And you don't get to choose, you're just assigned one. And we got glass cannon. So our ship that's 4 spaces wide, the cannon takes extra damage when it gets hit. And also, because I decided to play on hard mode, for fun. Our cockpit also takes extra damage when hit. So we're working really hard not to take damage. Our current build is we've got Dizzy, the shield expert, Parry, the basic attack and somewhat move crewmate, and also Books. Just Books. Books kind of does Books' own thing. And yeah, our deck looks like... Oh, that's right. I got the double flux situation, and I upgraded both of them. So the idea is to kind of attack as much as possible, and that's our means of blocking. We did get at the event that gives us ephemeral repair for when we inevitably take a bunch of damage in one of these fights. But yeah, we're mostly like, we got a couple multi-shots, we got a couple fluxes. We took payback kind of for fun, but we do get extra energy from that miserable artifact that we're running. So like, you know, again, we're kind of expecting to take a bunch of hits because we don't have a ton of movement. So we're trying to like temporary shield up with flux, and then if they hit us, we pay back. It's kind of, it all kind of works together in theory, but now we have a couple of elite battles leading into a boss to try and prove that, and I'm sure at least one of these is going to be harsh. Like probably my least favorite elite battle in the game. Thank you for that. This has to be armored. Could it not be? Tomorrow's the celebration for your nephew's birthday, Demolition. I hope it is a good time. What are we doing here?
Did somebody say birthday?
I suppose somebody did say birthday. Hey, that time it didn't generate the extremely long one without an Ole for once. 3rd birthday. Does it have a theme? I feel like you're more likely to have fun themed birthdays like at the age of 6 or 7 or younger. Dinosaurs? Dinosaurs is a good theme. So... I have this really awful compulsion to try and like flux A, like toggle my cannon flux A and payback, which would mean that I like attack them, gain one shield and one temporary shield, and then they shoot me for 2, and then I shoot back and gain a temporary shield, but then I like still immediately take damage. I think it probably makes more sense to not do payback on this turn, but I really like that. I think I like actually need to expose my cannon. Apparently the cake is huge dino theme. Huge dino theme in the sense that like it is huge and dinosaur themed, or like it is a regular sized cake that is like extraordinarily populated by dinosaurs. Both? Oh, both is good. Also, yeah, I mean, like, I'm doing my best not to do anything that will dox me, but, like, probably the most interesting part of my day was my neighbor just coming over to introduce himself and tell me some, like, wild stories about the neighborhood. And, like, some of those felt like they were pertinent to the stream's interests, like the 34 cats. It's a lot of cats. I don't even know if there were boots to go with all those cats. Alright, so I think it's just, like, Lux. I mean, probably unpolished crystal. Yeah, that doesn't really change the math at all. And then, like, shoot and shield. So, yeah. We burned through all our temp shield with this layout, but it's cool. We did a reasonable amount of damage and whatever. Hey, the real rhyme. Welcome to the stream. That's a really fun screen name. I like it. Is it a cake that discriminates against small dinosaurs? Interesting theory. Have I seen the recent movie? Is there a more recent Cats movie than the Cats movie? Which, as I think you know, Demolition, was the last movie I saw before COVID hit. And the first one I saw, or the last one I saw in theaters until I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, like last summer. Like, literally did not go to a movie theater at any point in between those two dots. Was like, in February of 2020, I saw Cats with a friend from work. And then in July of 2023, we came back from vacation and saw Indiana Jones in theaters. It's true. I am a big fan of dinosaurs, and in particular Triceratops. It is the best dinosaur. As One Piece has taught us, it is a Santoryu using dinosaur. I've seen a couple. I saw Deadpool and Wolverine last weekend, and also saw Twisters a few weeks ago. Twisters was good. I like Twisters. Deadpool was kind of what I expected, which is like, I find it hard to imagine a Deadpool movie that like truly I come away from like being super excited about it. Like, it has lots of good moments, but, like, the meta storytelling kind of, like, precludes a super cohesive, emotional story. I feel like this was probably as close as it gets. It wasn't bad, just didn't, like, totally blow me away or whatever. It was good enough for you? Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we got Lux and multi-shots, like, pretty good. Since I don't have payback up, it's probably best for me to just fire all these off and then toggle my cannons so that I only have to deal with this. I won't take the damage, but I will draw fewer cards, which is kind of bad for various reasons. What are we likely to draw? Some junk. Very well. Yeah, I might as well just not take the damage, even with this temp shield. I think that would probably cut into my hull a little bit, but I decided not to bother doing the math, because why? Ah, this is not a good hand. I mean, Endless Magazine's gonna help. But, like, honestly, as much as I hate doing this, it is probably correct to Move, toggle cannon, shoot the missile. And this may just be a better place for us to live since we have very little movement to begin with. So let's chip shot, mage hand, multi-shot, basic block. The lunge doesn't do anything, and I think we have the artifact that gives us shield if we have energy, but that doesn't matter either because we're max shield right now. If only it were possible to Star Trek bean cake to people you know. I mean, that's just a thing that I wish we had in general. Like, not even for, like, this specific circumstance. One thing that was cool about being a kid in the 90s is that Power Rangers were the best thing ever. And they were both superheroes and dinosaur themed at the same time. So, like, got a lot of mileage out of that. I was really thinking I should just move left one before realizing my build doesn't move, like, at all. That's just not what it does. So I'm actually in a really horrible position right now, it turns out. Because I can't do anything. Because my cannons are spaced exactly at its two completely immune spots. So I really need to draw the one move in my deck. Or, wait, don't I have a thing? Oh god, I forgot that, like, by default we're drawing fewer cards. No wonder it's so punishing to miss on one. Oh no, wait, we have Graze Beam! We have Graze Beam! We don't have to care at all! The immune spot isn't immune, it's dumb! So then... like... Flux... Multi-shot... Another Endless Magazine so that we'll have many free attacks next turn, and pass. Oh, we drew the move. Probably need to use it just because those missiles look bad. God, I hate this boss so much. It's so much just more time consuming than, like, all other things in this game. Just toggle and just like shoot a bunch. Luckily we're, like, kind of configured to deal with this. Oh, gosh, you're Endless Magazine again. Alright, so, like, flux, toggle, shoot, Endless Magazine, irrelevant shield pass. I don't know why chat is just Vasco Treat and Vasco Holiday Scarecrow Pumpkin Man, but I'm here for it. Which version is this? It's version 2. Okay. So, like, shoot, toggle, shoot, payback, mage hand, shoot because I don't, because I'm running the risk of having too many chip shots. I think it may technically be possible for me to reach a point with my current build that I generate so many chip shots at the start of my turn that I can no longer get toggle cannon, which is interesting. I didn't get move. There are, like, a lot of cannons on me, but I mean, I'm gonna shoot them for, like, a lot this turn. Oh, I should have lunged. I'm such a goof. If I had lunged, they would, like, definitely already be dead. On the infinite shiv strat. Yeah. Oh, cool. It's fine because I put payback down at some point, so I killed them when I wasn't looking. Yeah, it is basic. Oh my god. Didn't they already try to give us a second Endless Magazine? And I was like, that's cute and all, but I mean, if you were paying attention to that battle, hopefully you understand that as funny as another endless magazine would be, it would genuinely be problematic for us to take it. But yeah, like, if you've seen me play Slay the Spire, you know I'm a big fan of Shiv, and this is Shiv. This is just Shiv again. This kind of reminds me, I know we've already talked about some scary games. There are some logistical reasons that I'm going to ask for a particular type of suggestion I'm not sure if you can help me with. What I would like to find is a horror game that could be controlled with, like, keyboard only, or with, like, as few buttons as, like, a Super Nintendo controller has. Something along those lines. Starlight literally only works on arrow keys in space. Is that true? It has kind of like a spooky-ish vibe. Is it Halloween appropriate? Is it something people would be into? Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's probably counts as horror. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is WASDA only. Really? That's interesting. I might consider that. Wait, Lorelei is only like 6 to 8 hours, you're saying, Demolition? The way people talk about it, I thought it was like 30, 40 hours. And this magazine, as I said, like, that's too much. Battle Repair, I think we also passed on, just because, like, even though we have extra energy from the glass cannon, we're trying really hard not to take damage. And, like, most of the time we're generating, like, temp shield, and I'm just not gonna, and I'm like, I don't know. So far I've never really found a build where I'm excited about Barrage. Okay, so this might be important. Can have extra energy every third turn. Can hold one more shard. I don't currently care about that. I literally just have Mage Hand, Unpolished Crystal, and another crystal I get from a pre-existing artifact. As boring as it might be, with our glass cannon situation, we probably want fracture detection so that we have a chance at ending fights quicker with all our shoot guns. Another boss. Well, this is a good one to have the brittle bonus for. Draw something? Ooh. I was pretty content with Payback, and then I drew Endless Magazine. Let's see if this is the weak spot. It is. So what does that make me want to do? Mage Hand? Because I can Mage Hand and then toggle. I would only take one. I could also just, like, Payback and toggle, but if I mean, Payback just kind of isn't good here, right? Because if my cannon is facing them, there's a good chance that they're attacking my weak point, which I don't want to have happen. Alright, I worked through it. No need to worry, chat. Let's Mage Hand the weak spot, magazine set up, and toggle armor on. Think of how many endless mags you can play with one extra energy every 3 turns. You're not wrong, Real Rhyme, you're not. And if I weren't so close to our, like, 2.5 months long goal of collecting all the memories and then figuring out what happens afterwards, I might take you up on that. But I also bumped up difficulty to hard, which I've only done like a couple of times, and then got just glass cannon. I'm like, there's probably a limit to how much stupid I can manage. Not a limit to how much stupid one could do, but how much I am capable of managing. This is bad, and I can't really do much about it. I mean, I guess we're just going off the run-long strategy of just fluxing the maximum amount of shield, so hopefully we don't die. I mean, in fairness, that is quite a lot of shield we've generated there. Placing warp prep is always a death wish in my experience. So far I think I've done it twice, and it's been real rough both times, so I think I'm inclined to agree with that. I do think that glass cannon is close to a worst case scenario. The other one I got was like high frequency transmitter, or whatever that one is called, which also is pretty rough, because we spent the entire run being unable to skip any card rewards, which is not a thing I like doing in this type of deck builder usually. Let's crystal into something cool, or just one of our basic shots, I guess. If I could flip my lunge, that'd be cool, although it sounds indecent. And I don't have a flux, which is a little bit of an issue. I think we might be using lunge defensively here. Always a good sign. Because otherwise, if I didn't lunge defensively, then I could, like, shield surge. Technically, I could exactly avoid taking damage, I think. Because I could, like, basic shot, chip shot for damage, then toggle cannon so that I'm not taking damage on the right. And then I take 3 from this, hitting my cockpit, but I'll have shield surge and leftover shield. And I think we don't actually have the ability to spend all our energy unless we intend to play lunge, so I think we actually come out ahead on shield. So I guess we'll do that. And hope that the math is correct. It's mostly correct. Did I spend all my energy and not think about it? Oh, because I had already done the shard that turn? It's probably correct. So now we got flux and garbage. So I can move so that the attacks I can do are at least on the weak spot. And that takes me away from the 2 damage cannon. Probably worth it. So flux and ship shot. Get some shield in there. Might as well toggle the cannon. So now we're taking 1 and we have a bunch of shield. Shard into something, shard into nothing. Can't move again and also can't do enough damage to take them out as a result of that. So probably like do a bunch of damage, shield surge and toggle. If I shield surge and then toggle, we should be fine, right? That's like 3, 4, yeah. I got a few attacks this time. Just a few. Not block revolution. That's cute and all, but we're really not focused on shard production, and also we really want attacks more than blocks. Really, I still find myself wanting more than anything to just get rid of these basic shots. Everything else I'm reasonably happy with. Heal 2, gain non-temp crystal shard. I mean, we don't have like payoffs for 0 cost stuff. We don't have a lot of health, so like healing 2's like not even like that great. And multi-stun I think is just a little too expensive for what it contributes to us, so I'm still skipping. Every 3 dizzy cards played gain a shield. We don't have a ton of those. Heal booster's a little fun. Resonance fork. I mean, again, we don't have a lot of like shard stuff. Guess I'll take the heal booster. And now I'm gonna remove one of those basic attacks. There are cool upgrades I could still do, but that is important. Oh man, Punchtron's gonna be rough, isn't it? Shard. Shard again? We're not being hit this turn. But it'd probably be nice to shoot them for like a lot. What would I hope to draw? Honestly, the way this hand looks, I actually kind of don't think I want to draw. Because, like, I just have good stuff to do with all of my cards. So it's, like, probably better to try and draw the expensive cards on a future turn. Alright, just for the sake of science. Like, leftmost cockpit zone, not the weak spot. So let's toggle and do our other attacks elsewhere. Also not the weak spot. This is not going to be a great turn. I think the way homing missiles work is that this will hit my armored spot, which is kind of something. This feels like a fight where I will finally have to use the ephemeral repairs, which is nice because then I won't have to draw ephemeral repairs. But it would be early to do that. So, 1, 2, I think we're 2 off from the fist cannon. Definitely doing endless magazine. Definitely shooting there. Definitely doing this. Definitely bracing for impact. Oh, that's right. I forgot that it also pushes me because the last time I played this, I was very evasive. Well, I wish I had that ephemeral thing I mentioned earlier. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Well, we're gonna flux, and we're going to multi-shot their weak spot, and ship shot, and armor up, and I think we'll avoid taking an extra 5 things. Shard. I guess the trick is, since we're on a zone boss, if we think we can get away with not doing the repairs mid-battle, then we can have it for the final boss or something. Probably a good turn for Endless Magazine. I think the situation is that this thing is doing so much damage and we have so little movement that, like, payback is not going to be especially good. So on a turn like this, I think I'm better off, like, magazine, toggle, mage hand. Oh, we found the weak spot. Good. And the question becomes, do I want to play the ephemeral repairs now? It's a tough one. I think I'll just take my shield for now. Okay. It's a pretty good hand. Do have to worry about this. How much does this push me again? Pushes me 3 to the right. So obviously in a perfect world, I would like to just use my basic dodge to move over here and attack this weak spot. How much damage am I threatening with that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yeah, not enough. But in doing that, I will gain... I think this gives its own temp shield, right? I should probably be aware of that by now. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 temp shield in addition to 4 shield. So this will do 1. No, well... There's 2 ways we could do this. I mean... Actually, there's 3, I guess. Because we have the Grazer Beam, we could just not move and attack here. But, like, we can... use our dodge, move to face this, toggle cannon to the left, attack there as much as possible. Then we would take 4 damage, And 2, 3. So then this would be facing a weak spot, the cockpit, and we would take 4 from that. So we would take 8 damage, but we would have enough shield for that. Yeah, I think the fact that I can block all that makes me want to just like tank the hits this turn and then just like crank out the damage. I'm not sure if that's correct, but it feels right. So toggle, flux, shoot, shoot, shoot. Now also I kind of forgot I'd have energy for this. It's only 1 more temp shield, but like it's mostly fine. Oh, and it positioned so that I can just like toggle shoot. It's fine. See, and we healed, so we didn't need to play that card that I kind of don't want anyway. Ah, corrosion beam. Forgot you could tempt me with things that I want. I don't actually think this is a corrosion beam deck, though. Again, I think the thing that we want to be doing is spending our energy to attack as many times as possible in a turn. We're closer to a weakened hull deck, because at least for 3 we're attacking 2 different times. But, like, it's just so expensive. It stops us from being able to flux and do very much else. And, like, flux is the crux of the deck. It's a flux crux. Hey, ladders, welcome to the stream. Always better for the game to give you options than trash. That's true. I mean, these are legitimate options. And they're not the status effect card named trash. I mean, Weaken does have synergy with multi-shots. It's true. But, like, the problem is that we have very little evade, and our ability to survive these battles is largely dependent on turns like flux and shoot like 4 times. Like, especially as we approach like the final boss, like spending like 3/4 of our possible energy to like do 2 damage twice. I think it's a little too risky for our already risky build. Oh, good. Oh, good. I kind of thought the game would try to tempt me with Ares Cannon's version 2. So if you're not super familiar with Cobalt Core, we were playing a particular ship called the Ares, which by default has its own special artifact, basically set of rules, where every turn it gives me this toggle cannon card. And I can use it once per turn to change which of my 2 cannons is, like, armed and able to shoot, and which one is offline but, like, armored. Which has been super important because we have, like, no movement and minimal defense, and we're having to be very careful about where and when our cannons are placed. Now, you can, on some occasions, get this upgrade if you're playing with the Ares, where you get this card every turn, but instead of it just being like you play the card and it switches your cannon, you can actually switch which cannon is active for free. But if you play the card for 1 energy now instead of 0, you can toggle both of your cannons active and fire multiple times, which is super cool and I like it very much. But during this run, we also ill-fatedly received Glass Cannon as our starting relic. And what that does is it says all of our cannons are weak spots that cause us to take extra damage when hit. Now, all of that being said, Dirty Engines and High Frequency Intercom are all in my, like, bottom 3 of known artifacts. And, like, worst case scenario, I can at least toggle cannons indiscriminately without spending anything. So, as much as I feel like I will definitely be tempted to, like, expose 3/4 of my ship to increased damage, I think this is correct, and I think it will probably be good. Does weak in armor cancel out? So the specific way this ship is configured, because you like toggle it, like if you turn your cannon offline it sort of overwrites it with shield again. But if you toggle it back, that spot becomes weak. It just sort of flips the status of both cannons. So like right now, left one is armored, right one is weakened. If we switch it, left one is weakened, right one is armored. There are interactions where, like that card I just passed on, weaken something A. If you attack like an armored spot with that, you will override the armor permanently in a case like that. But like because this kind of sets that status repeatedly, we can sort of toggle it to our liking. Let's start with Shard because it's free-ish. Yeah, the payback has disappointed over time. I feel like it has potential positive interactions with our build, but like it just... a lot of the time, it hasn't been favorable to play it early, and then like later on, like it's too difficult to do it. So War Mode doesn't really benefit us since we can't move into a good position to use it. I mean, I guess technically we could dodge and move over because one of our artifacts lets us damage them on a near miss. But that's pretty speculative. We would take 3 damage for that privilege, and we don't really have... we have some armor. I think we're just gonna, like... Mage Hand. Hoping to find the secret weak spot, but we didn't. Yeah, I think we're just gonna play all the not payback cards this time around. But the nice thing about War Mode is... can still toggle, even though I had to toggle to be able to shoot him, which I couldn't do before. What's with all this temp shield? What kind of jerk plays like a large quantity of temporary shield? Does it actually benefit me much? I mean, I guess in the sense that... so hear me out. If I went... well, War Mode also costs an energy, right? So if I went War Mode, I wouldn't also be able to do Endless Magazine, probably. Yeah, I don't think there's enough benefit to War Mode with all that temporary shield. I think we're just, like... we should fire off the Endless Magazine to start, like, building up killing power. And then... I guess that just means... shoot him. I guess it doesn't really do anything. Maybe I should have done Crystal. Yeah, that would have been smart. Crystal would have made more sense there. Okay, they finally moved so we have a chance at hitting like a weak spot now that we couldn't before. Hey, we did. Block shot. Probably should have done War Mode on this turn, but I'm content to block here. No, I definitely should have because I still have the energy left over. But it's fine because I also have an artifact that gives me shield. Okay, so now... yeah, I think I'm going to use a dodge. I think it's time for War Mode. So now, if it wasn't clear by the description before, because I don't think I specifically touched on it, when both cannons are up, if we play an attack card, it fires from both cannons. And because we have something that damages them on near misses, this awkward positioning still damages them. Let's get some move in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't have shard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me shard. Okay. So now if I move and War Mode, I do a bunch of damage. I don't think I kill them. Oh, no, I definitely killed them. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, with the Grazer, I do have... For some reason, I was not calculating as much damage coming from Mage Hand. And I don't have an explanation for that. Huh. Escalate B, huh? That actually is, like, really tempting. Blockshot B is, like, also pretty good here. I think Overpower is, like, less good for me than Escalate B. Unsurprisingly, the already upgraded card to stick around and give bonus when needed seems good, as opposed to the expensive one I can use only once. Gosh, that's so tempting. Especially with all these multi-shots. But, like, the block shot is also quite good. It's also upgraded, which is wild. But, like, even the fact that it's, like, temp shield is pretty good. Like, dang. What's our map look like? We still haven't seen the sector yet. So, we hit up a shop. And then we've got mystery event boss. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Otherwise, like, normal encounter, double mystery event boss, or just, like, double shop with lame encounters that are boring and I hate them. Probably want shop rather than, like, double question mark. So is my priority still to get rid of basic shot? If so, what does that say about the choice before us of block shot versus escalate? I'm toggling between screens incessantly, but I mean, if I took escalate, maybe it makes more sense to upgrade the multi-shots. I mean, it already has synergy with the fluxes. I kind of just want it. I don't know if it's right, but I'm taking the escalate. And I think I am gonna upgrade the multi-shots. As much as I would like to get rid of that basic shot. 3 attacks. Hey, how about this event lets me discard basic shot? Nope. It's that thing where we obtain one of 2 cards, and I think the choice is unskippable, right? Like, I think if you opt into this, you, like, have to take one of the cards, because I think that... No, wait. Is the time that got me also the run where I couldn't skip things because my starting artifact was high frequency? Now I can't remember. If it was a choice, it's probably worth doing. I think parry would have, like, the most synergy with what we have going on, which isn't surprising because our deck is mostly a parry deck. Well, the only way to know for sure how this mechanic works is to be punished really badly by it, right? Because I know I've had to take one of those cards before, but I do think there's a good chance that was also the run where I was obliged never to skip anything. Nope, you definitely have to take one regardless, it looks like. Well, at least we know that, and we did get punished. I suppose Multi-Blast is the closest thing to what we want. It's not far off from what I wanted, it's just a little more expensive. Regrettably. But we can still make it work, maybe. Maybe. Shard me. On normal mode, Payback's probably really good against this enemy. With what we have going on, not really. I still don't think we've had a situation where we've managed to determine whether Flux and Payback is a combo? My guess is that it is. My uncertainty is whether that's good at all. Because, like, so in theory, what we could do here is play Flux. That gives us the status where every time we attack, we gain a temporary shield. I guess the problem is that I can't move over. I keep, like, going into these combats as though I get the one movement that I've never, ever gotten, because we replaced our warp engines with a garbage artifact. But, like, if I could move, then I'd be, like, taking damage here, but every time I took 1 damage, I would fire back at them and gain shield. So it'd take, like, 1 total damage, and that would be offset by the payback itself. Honestly, I'm just gonna do this for the science. It's not at all the right thing to do, but it's a fairly controlled circumstance. We have learned that, like, 1 damage against armor still triggers payback. So, like, we should at least see what this looks like. Show me. It's not a combo. Oh god, it's not a combo. I need you to know that it doesn't work the way I thought it did, and that would have been very, very bad. Well, I guess we'll multi-shoot at them. Flux, shoot, 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 shoot. Well, we took away almost all their shield, and we gained 6 shield. That's neat. I have neither flux nor evasion, so I'm kind of just getting hit for 3 here. With the 1 shield I have saved up, if I just, like, play all my cards, I'm sort of covered there, but still. I'm doing lots of shooting, which is good. It's one of my favorite things to do in this game, is just shootio. I mean, I don't think we're doing anything other than just play all our cards. I mean, war mode doesn't seem extremely helpful because our other cannon's not gonna, like, hit them or anything. And, like, even toggling at any point in the turn doesn't matter, because the only thing that's attacking us, like, we can't avoid and isn't on one of our cannons. So just, like, play all the cards. I guess the choice that does exist here is that I could gain another shield by, like, keeping this energy up, but I don't think that's very valuable. It's true that we do get that counter. God, this hand is bad! Draw something good. About that. I'm trying to figure out if we could do something clever with war mode. But I think because I don't want to take maximum damage here, I think the thing to do is just, like, lunge, block shot, toggle. And then I think the block shot gives me enough shield that I don't take damage there. So toggle that, so I take 1, but I have 1 temp shield, and then I shoot an asteroid for reasons. Okay. I sure hope this is the weak spot. Do I want to escalate? Do I want to escalate and do I want a war mode? If I had evade, it'd be so good right now. I mean, I definitely have to flux. I guess the war mode doesn't do anything because I can't move. So, like, escalate, flux, that's 2, then multi-shot for 3. So either way, it's 3 attacks, but multi-blast... No, wait a minute. With escalate, this is doing 6, and this is doing 8. So it would be best to escalate, flux... I guess they're both 8, but I get more attacks from multi-shot basic shot. Escalate, flux, multi-shot, basic shot, toggle. I'm not actually sure if I should know which one is the weak spot. It might be the far left one. I don't think I've hit there, but I'm not sure if I hit this guy. So I can dodge... If I dodge left and then war mode, I should do like a lot of damage. War mode, and then... How much are we at here? 7. So assuming this isn't the weak spot, we can do 3 and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think if we do multi-shot and mage hand, we kill them even if it's not the weak spot. Okay. Luckily, that math was indeed correct. Oh, good, payback. That'd be a great fit for this deck, right? I skipped these. Like, Zircon Zip is not it. Avid Reader, not close to it. Payback, I'm not even sure I should have taken that first one. Jumper Cables, probably not it. Daka Drum, every 5 parry cards get a chip shot. That seems like it. Although... The overclock generator is interesting now that we have escalate and the war mode option. It can give us even more ridiculous turns. We can go even further beyond. That's kind of close. I mean, this is dependent on 5 cards, not attacks, which is a little slower. And we already have Endless Magazine B. Yeah, I'd take the occasional energy and hope for the best. Shard? I don't like the look of this at all. This looks very bad. This looks like a very bad start. Because you see... My cannons are both opposite armored spots. So even though my hand is full of attacks, I can't do any damage. Now I could just fire off like flux and a bunch of attacks to like gain temporary shield. But I need to tank 7. I can't technically do that. Although if I war mode, I think I can. I think that's how that works. I'd really like to play the Endless Magazine, but we're in, like, Dumpster Town to start with, so I think... Time for some more grueling science. Okay, that did give me 2 temp shields, so we should have, like, a billion temp shield at the end of this turn, at which point it doesn't matter that we're taking 7. I mean, we currently have 12 temp shield. That's kind of what our deck does. Okay, Escalate, you have been, like, extremely helpful last turn, and now you're just kind of making me mad, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm playing Escalate this turn. I probably need the dodge. I guess since they're not attacking me, I might as well war mode dodge multi-blast. Unsurprisingly, payback again not doing a lot of business. Oh, that was the weak spot. I was like, what am I doing? Okay. Obviously, my first turn was spent on all my multi-shots, although it also kept me from, like, immediately exploding, so I can't complain too much. Same definitely does not contain enough damage to kill them, right? They're effectively at 12. Even if I escalated, I could do, like, 6... And then... I could do 10... If I worked really hard... No, wait. That's not true. Because I can also war mode. If I escalate, and then war mode, and then move one to the left, and then fire both of my attacks, I think I kill them. And if not, I'm going to take, like, a lot of damage. Got there. I've literally seen every one of these cards and passed on them already this run. Free artifact. Permanently gain +2 max shield. That's actually pretty good. It'd be cool if I could move. So many of these battles start with me thinking, it would be cool if I could move. I think this is like a war mode flux basic shot lunge, because that lets me do like damage through grazer beam. Man, the grazer beam's been a real lifesaver in sector 3. Like, I could double up on my attacks and then the last one gets me out of the way of all damage. I think that's the play. Oh, and I found the weak spot for my trouble? Dang. Dang, son. It's like the game had its fun and actually wants me to succeed all of a sudden. So now, obviously, the weak spot's really far away from me. I only have one multi-shot to boost with Escalate. So we're probably not going, like, all in on this turn or anything like that. Let's just do... multi-shot, block shot. Let's just do everything but escalate and then toggle cannon defensively. We take 1 damage and more status. Let's just burn. Burn's probably fine. Oh, this is a 5 energy turn? I was just thinking it might be a good 5 energy turn. So hold on a second. If I escalate, I can still war mode, multi-shot, multi-blast. That's a few damages. Now, I'm not doing anything defensive. So, if I position myself that way, I either kill them or take 5. So, it might not be good to do that because they're at 16. So hang on. Escalate war mode. Then I move over here. Well, I guess the problem is that, like, escalate doesn't really matter with Grazer Beam. Because Grazer Beam just specifically says they take 1 damage if the attack is a near miss. I don't think that's good. Because then I'm not doing, like, a bajillion. Like, the escalate basically doesn't matter at that point. hang on a crystal? Does that change anything? If I flux war mode multi-shot, then I generate like a lot of block. That's probably worth it at that point. The flux, I think, makes a considerable amount of difference. Even though I don't get to go like all in. Like now I can flux multi-shot. So I like deal a bunch of incidental damage, gain like 7 or something temporary shield, and then only take 5 damage. Then we should thank you for gifting a sub to The Real Rhyme. And also, I can't remember if I actually thanked you for the resub earlier, Anime. I apologize if I was too distracted complaining about how difficult my life is. You know it's a real problem for me. Man, it'd be so good if I could, like, move. Not exactly what I meant, but probably better than nothing. So war mode doesn't seem very useful on this turn at all, because the lunge can't go left, and that's the only movement I have. I mean, I think this is just like a quiet Mage Hand Endless Magazine lunge, but that seems pretty good, to be honest. Like, do some damage, guess some chips, get some chip damage. Shard me? Ooh, I drew the dodge. I must be able to blow you up with the dodge, right? So hold on. Dodge. Escalate, war mode, move. I was thinking that I was going to hit the weak spot directly, but I still have enough to kill them because that was such gross overkill. Flux, you say? Well, I mean... Oh, thank you for the threat detection windows. Always loud and appreciated. I was concerned that was OBS losing internet, so I guess that's a better result. I mean, I think it's Flux. I mean, it could be not Flux. It may genuinely be not Flux, but I think it's Flux. I mean, it obviously makes me want to upgrade the Flux, which is kind of a hindrance. I mean, I didn't come to not play 3 copies of Flux, I guess. Oh, this feels like a bad matchup for Vasco. Demolition, did you just inherit more internet money? Thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Did you just say you were saving money? Didn't you say that like today? You are slowly creeping up to 1,000. That is up to 916. It was yesterday. Oh, okay, so we stopped saving money since yesterday. War mode, Flux, multi-shot, crystal block shot? I want to play Endless Magazine, but I also kind of want to kill them this turn. Which I can't really do if I don't immediately hit a weak spot, I think? Hold on. Crystal? I don't think that does anything. War mode. I can't not go. I mean, that's good damage. You can't complain about that damage. Did the math and realize you didn't have time with the fam, so you're doing something next year now? Oh, I'm sorry to hear it, Demolition. I mean, I'm glad you have the dinosaur cake to look forward to tomorrow, but hopefully there will still be opportunities for fun even with plans being delayed. Do. War mode, escalate, multi-shot? There were lots of ways to do that, but that one seemed most fun. Another block shot that isn't upgraded, or Bloodstone Bolt, which does technically synergize with my heal booster, so that it can actually gain me health. Getting some good late options, I gotta say. With War Mode, I think this is worth taking. I think I might still be on the fence were it not for the ability to double that. Now, granted, that does hurt me twice almost always, but Photon Condenser. All of Dizzy's cards deal more damage. That's not it. Seeker Missiles and Homing Missiles can't find you. I think it's only possible to see that. No, we just finished the last boss, so like that doesn't do anything. Stun Calibrator, you get a stun. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. The other ones aren't very good. Got any treasure lately? I mean, it has to be upgrade the last flux. Like, I so badly want to remove that last basic shot, upgrade the Bloodstone Bolt. Maybe even remove the Payback, frankly. But honestly, I think Payback's a lot better with 3 fluxes. I know that sounds absurd. But I'm going to upgrade Flux to Flux A. Alright. So if we win this, we get the last memory I know about. Shard me. We fire. War mode. Flux multi-blast? I want to do Endless Magazine, but I don't think that's practical. Well, I don't know about that. Well, it's tricky. If I don't multi-blast or escalate, then I don't stun the cannon. Yeah, I think I'm just skipping Endless Magazine this turn. I think it's better not to. Stupid multi-blast. I mean, that's a good amount of damage. Okay. Don't love this situation. Maybe that's a good excuse to lunge. So against this boss, probably should Flux Lunge multi-shot. If we lunge, then left cannon goes here, right cannon goes here. So that would mean I'd be taking 4 damage from their attacks. If I went war mode, the stun I believe would neutralize the left cannon though, but without escalate I wouldn't be doing damage there because of the... Oh no, I keep assuming that they're both armored every single time I do this boss. This is not armored. Okay, so like war mode, Oh, but I can't flux first, but I don't need to flux first. Lunge. Ooh, found the weak spot, did we? Is this a 5 energy turn? I feel like I shouldn't still have energy to do everything in my hand. Yes, well that would have been good to consider because then I could have done more damage off that first attack. But that being said, it's probably still best to like do all of this. There's some consideration for not... Oh my god, that's more attacks than I thought I was going to do. Oh, hey, Diplomatic Dumpling, welcome back. I think I'm gonna Bloodstone here. I have the health to spare, frankly. Did I only take the damage once? That must be the case, because I used my rebound reagent. Maybe I took both damage simultaneously and healed one and one extra from heal booster. This build's gotten really complicated. Don't trash me. Okay. I mean, his hand isn't very good. I mean, war mode, because I can concuss, the only thing that would be taking extra damage here. Mage hand, because I should not take the maximum amount of damage. Multi-shot. Oh, I thought it was gonna survive that. I thought it was gonna be on like 1. Although I didn't really think all the math through. I just didn't think I was doing that much damage. You are growing stronger. I guess Dizzy's the last one, huh? So what do you call this place? I do not. Okay, I'm gonna call it something cool like Void's Cradle. Do you think that's cool? Acceptable. I got that from Isaac, actually. Isaac is good at naming things. But, what is this place? Can you tell me that? The time loop is a protective bubble formed when I was born. That it saved your lives is a fortunate accident. Okay. And you're saying that if you finish, hatching, or whatever, that the bubble will burst? And your fragile timelines will shatter like ice. So I think, we named the last sector as the very last possible moment we could have done that. T-minus 5 days. Okay, push the big cool button that starts the particle beam. Here we go. Particle readings are good. Hold the beam at that angle. Copy that. The numbers are interesting. Hold. Radiation limits exceeding. Shutting down the test. Hey, come on, I'm supposed to be your boss. Perry is my boss, and 50% of my job description is not to let you blow up the core. I'm not gonna blow up the core. I showed you the math. It's fine. Sorry, dude. Dang, here we are doing cutting-edge science on an ancient derelict vessel, and the only assistant Perry can find is even lamer than her. Sorry, that was mean. It's fine. I didn't mean it. It's fine. Okay. Red button. Red button demolition. Future memory? That's not how that works. This isn't Spider-Man Edge of Time. Is it bad? That's just what my computer sounds like when it boots up. User cat. User cat login root. Access granted. Beep boop. I'm online. Wake up, everyone. Wake up, everyone? Where is everyone? Oh, it's time. Aw. It's the Artemis, and we're on the other side because Cat goes into the core. I mean, shoot you like a lot? Whoa, Dizzy. Gotta break him out. No, I only got the one thing, huh? I mean... break? Not really sure what would break the crystal there other than shooting it, based on me always having these 3 cards. What? Hey, wake up! I'm awake. What's going on? Are we aboard the Cobalt? Yes, buckle up. We've got to. We've got a crew to reassemble. Oh dear. Okay, I guess. Let me get some dodge. I probably got health for this. Am I gonna need it later though? When this ship should lose all its health, instead something else will happen. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. Is that just the enemy at large, not like this version? I don't actually think I noticed whether it had the survive status before. I mean, block only protects 1 extra health. Dodge. I have to spend all of it to get out of the way. I'm just gonna shoot again. Alright, good. Ugh, coffee, please. Yo, grab a seat. This isn't a normal loop, huh? It's not. It's the last one. Perry! Okay, yeah, it's just saying this for, like, all the crew or whatever. It's all the plot points. Cool. So, they're armored here. Oh, now it's the Ares. Wait, what ship was it last time? Was it actually, like, that enemy ship that gets the dodge status? Should be paying more attention. This looks like the Ares. Oh yeah, it actually says up here it's the Ares. So I'm taking 1 damage times 3, huh? Let's do... that went good-ish. If I just... evasive shot, all good. Huh? The Cobalt? Harry! I think we're going out of the loop. We are. What makes this try different? Your timelines. We reconnected them. What the heck just happened? I feel like I'm, like, watching a combo Magic the Gathering player solitaire off. I mean, multi-shot's gonna do some horrific damage here. Like, it'll do... 12? Yeah, it seems about right. And then, like, evasive shot for, like, a Jillian? Ugh, why does cat look weird? Because I can't hold on to this form much longer. That voice! You're the egg! The void creature! I did say that it seemed like the last crew member was probably Cat and maybe the Void Creature, with some other ones as much lower possibilities. Why not both? Fireball, that makes sense, obvious. Yeah, unsurprisingly, multi-shot is just always the best card in the game, and it continues to be true even for this story event. I guess I could play a bunch of drones. So, 15 health. That's gonna take a second, huh? Just kind of need one more attack. I guess if I get a dodge and then play a drone, and I think we take him out. Ugh, headache. What are you going to do to the time stream now? I'm leaving it. And I'm ending it. Ending it? What about the rest of us? Can we survive that? I can't leave without all of you. You're the first people I ever met. I love you guys. Tide Runner. Of course, Max has the worst ship. I wish I had Gray's Beam. It's a little tough to hit this thing more than once, huh? Oh man, they've kept all the drones, huh? That's kind of annoying. So if I, like, move and then, like, drone, that takes out one of their drones and puts a drone there, and then I can multi-shot, that takes out one of my drones, but also both of theirs, and does some ancillary damage. And then probably, like, evasive shot, so I get some future movement. And a block before EMP slugging. Hey, whoa, Cat B skin unlocked. Dork. Is this the extremely cool thing I was promised? Absolutely. Gotta save books. Oh good, now we have shuffle shot. So super good and useful. Oh man, we didn't draw like most of our good cards because now we have like more characters. Block shot, I guess. It's a shockingly bad draw for something that's borderline scripted. Okay. So if we move and then like block shot and then Multi-shot. Thought I was gonna have to do more than that, but that's fine. Oh, you're... I am. I'm a big fan. Thought you might want to see this. Oh, it's happening. Yes. Is that everyone? That's everyone. Let's go. Not yet. We're missing someone. You want to save her too, really? Yeah. Fine. Oh, the last one is Evil Riggs. Lol. That's so stupid. That's so stupid, I love it. Pew, 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 pew. Whoops, we didn't draw enough attacks to win. Block? I think we're better off not playing drone. Pew? Oh, huh? Hey, we're getting out. Congratulations, have fun out there. Together. That's an option? Yeah, I decided. Something will go wrong. One of us will vaporize the other instantly when we're out. Or something. I'm willing to risk it if you are. Fine. Catch. Whoa. I think I'm both of us. It worked. I have her memories. We're good to go. Oh, okay. Maybe there's like another people in addition to all that. Swarm Missile A? I mean... Oh my god, what's happening? I would like to move one to the left, and then all of my cannons are fine, I guess. I mean, I'm not hitting that many parts of their ship, to be fair, but I don't want to blow up the missiles. It's too fun to have the missiles. I feel like having the upgraded reroll shot as part of this final battle just really underscores how ridiculous and not exciting that card is. Oh. This is the end. This is the boundary between this space-time and the one you came from. Oh wow, every single sensor's going absolutely crazy. It's drawing an unbelievable amount of energy from somewhere. Plan? Shoot it, I assume. The boundary will be destroyed. We will not be stopped. Cat? If you're gonna do something, it's now or never. Use the power of friendship! Why do you think I brought you all here? Oh my god. Attack for 1 damage per card color in hand. Okay. Well, I presume that's lethal, because otherwise we die very hard. That's very fun. It's a very fun script. It's this very like Yu-Gi-Oh! Heart of the Cards sort of thing. That's like a straight up Return to the Past sort of fade to white. Sort of appropriate, I guess, for a big white explosion that breaks us out of a time loop. That's really fun. I like that ending a lot. It feels mechanically and thematically appropriate. Just started Cobalt Core today. Yeah, it just came out like a month ago. Something like that. It's interesting that, I mean, I I sort of assumed that as like a soft new game plus, once we finish the credits on the main screen, we'll have like evil rigs as an option. But I think it's kind of interesting to have them merge into one character, like Millennium Puzzle or Fusion Dance style. Also full body art. I mean, I think you get full body art every time you get a memory, right? Because the character like floats up into the void. But like, yeah, it's pretty cool to see just all the crewmates. But the question is, I mean, it's implied that Kat sacrificed herself to do this, but it also kind of was suggested that like, what exactly did Kat say? Like, I'm gonna break out of here and then destroy something? Thank you for playing. Click and hold to continue. It's Kat! Her cards summon other character cards and dabble in every mechanic. Okay, well... I mean, we definitely have to try our New Game Plus character. What difficulty should we play on? Should we just go hardest and try and build like an actual good team and see what happens? I've only played hardest once, and I think it like smashed our face in. But like, what ship should we use? I'd probably take Ares or Jupiter if I wanted to do good. I'm just gonna take Kat and Perry and Riggs, I think, with the hope that Riggs will let me position with the move-related cards so I can make many Jupiter drones, and Perry will have multi-shot, and Kat will do something cool. Hold on. Hardest mode. Take a downside on boot sequence. Cool, we'll deal with that in a second. Events are harder. Start combat with brittle cockpit. Have additional basic shot and corrupted core. I don't remember what that is. Less upgraded card offerings. -3 max hull. -1 less max hull gained from boss kills. Right. Elites only offer 2 artifacts. Start with 50% hull missing. Enemies are harder. Lose 2 more max hull. Lose a max shield. Gain debris. Oh, that sounds bad. What is the corrupted core? Cannot be permanently removed. Neat. Oh, I forgot I'd get Scramble with Riggs. I do hate Scramble. And so Kat's cards had 1 of 2 discount temporary Isaac card to hand or temporary Drake card to hand. And you can upgrade them. So you either get more cards to choose from, or the act of choosing the card in the first place costs 0. I think lose 1 max shield. We probably aren't going to get a lot of max shield with the deck configuration we have. Place warp prep with a boss artifact. Now, I am kind of tempted to gate a random rare card, because maybe we'd get an interesting rare Cat card that we would obviously never have seen before. God, losing warp prep seems real bad here. Let's take a rare card. Well, I actually thought this was a parry card, but clearly it's not. This is the one I was talking about the other day, maybe last week. It gives you the strafe status, which says you fire for 1 damage immediately after every move you make, which is super cool, except it's also literally uncastable right now. We do, like, actively have to upgrade it to strafe A to play it at all. So off to a good start is what I'm saying, I guess. So Jupiter. God. Draw shot. Jupiter? Okay, they did not move. They're also not threatening me. So, like, lunge, Jupiter, Shootpiter. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dodge, Jupiter, Shootpiter. Alright, this turn I feel like I have excess energy to the point that I could play Isaac. So let's play Isaac.exe. All drones and missiles instantly take a turn or small boulder. Both bad. Take this one. Play Jupiter Moon. Multi-shot. You know, I really thought that was gonna kill you. It's fine. What does our deck do? I guess Barrage is actually kind of interesting here, in theory. Because it lets us move a bunch and causes the drones to fire repeatedly. Probably never upgrading this thing. Oh, jeez. I mean, like, taking none cards is probably better even more of the time than I would otherwise think. And we're not getting extra energy, so the barrage costs, like, most of our turn to do. Which is sort of the inherent problem with it. The upgrades don't make it cheaper, right? It's always 2? I just gotta skip. Okay, random events are harder. I think we need to hit as many shops as, like, humanly possible. The best track definitely seems to be this middle one, because we can either choose an extra shop or an extra elite to try and get artifacts, but I feel like that is probably a little ambitious. Either way, we're starting here. Jupiter. Lunge. Ugh. Move draw shot? Hi, Neko, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Now we got that Jupiter I mentioned earlier. Jupiter again. Multi-shot. I say dodge as opposed to the attack. Neko, you just missed our climactic finale, and we're sort of in New Game Plus now, kind of. What Drake card would it be? EMP Slug. That's pretty good here. Because what I want to do... I guess I can't exactly do what I want to do. I think I'm going to take a basic shift and then EMP Slug. So now I can do closer to what I wanted to do last turn, which is drone shift, drone, and then I can attack. Now the temporary card exhausts itself completely. Interesting. So cat's cards are pretty wild, I guess. Literally and figuratively. Draw shot? Yeah, I mean, it was just gonna be the attacks, huh? Moose lunge. Cat. Hold on. Add 1 of 3 discount temp cat cards to your hand. Wait. Cat can cat cards? What does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean for cat to cat cards? I mean, I guess it's hard for me to understand what that means because I don't know the scope of what cat cards are. This is the first non-basic cat card I've ever seen. I'm gonna take it, though. I think I have to upgrade... God, my hull's at 4. I would really like to upgrade this card. And 1 of 5 temp cat cards to your hand? I think I have to upgrade Strafe so that it does something ever. I could just get rid of Strafe, but it's funnier not to do that. Alright, time for a boss. It's Drake. Okay. Well, we got cat, so that's a start. What does that do? Okay, now I have to comprehend languages. No, they're all just random character cards. Is that all that can exist? What do I want here? Rigs? I want a Rigs card? Rigs or Dizzy, probably? Recursion headache, yeah. Yeah, you could call it that. I'm gonna take Rigs. Right, then I have to play that separately. Well, lunge isn't very good here, is it? Jupiter, Moon, lunge. Not lunge, multi-shot. I'm just gonna let these cat cards go for now. Echo says that she just woke up from a stream of nightmares about having exams at university, being stuck with her dad, and getting married to a bad person. Dreamed about financial ruin. It was relentless. Now I hear cat card and life is a bit better. Yeah, let me catch up to speed here on a couple of things. First off, we've learned who the last character was, and it was in fact Cat, as you know, one of our popular theories had been. Cat's cards seem to be the heart of the cards Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist channel all of your Fred's ambitions cards. Where, for example, this Drake card lets us randomly generate a Drake card to play, even though Drake isn't on our crew right now. The other interesting cat fact is that I met my next door neighbor today properly, and among other things that he told me about the neighborhood, he said that the previous owners of the house where I currently live, they possessed 17 indoor cats and also 17 outdoor cats. Which, if I'm understanding correctly, the outdoor cats are the cats that roam the neighborhood now. And they like this house because they used to live adjacent to it. It's a lot of cats. Hey, fun fact too. I mentioned yesterday that I had run out of clean glasses because the only thing I'd really been using any of my like non-disposable foodware for was drinking 100% juice apple on stream. And I ran through all of my like regular size ones as of last night. So I did run the dishwasher last night. And I'm still a little skeptical of the water supply. But I gotta say, everything came out like really clean. Like I'm used to just like some amount of like just like little soap debris like I've been using like a really horrible old dishwasher at my old California apartment for ages, and it was like fine, it got the job done, but like they're like spotless. So that's like something. I don't know if it's safe to drink out of it, but if I die, that might be why. I have to test it at some point. I didn't catch which thing that was a response to immediately, Neko. How what? How 34 cats, or how how are things cleaned from the fart water? They're both good questions. So Drake's not gonna give me a lot of movement, huh? Yeah, 34 cats. I don't know. Even by your standards, that's got to be a lot of cats, right, Neko? I mean, that's like a lot. I don't understand the logistics of that. I feel like that's genuinely concerning. I'm gonna Drake here. Discard a card to draw two and reduce heat. Card is removed at the end of combat. Okay. I mean, I guess they take Ventilator. It doesn't seem very good, though. I mean, I guess I could use it to try and, like, convert cards in hand to something I want from my deck, which would be what? For one. Nothing? Excellent. Great work, everyone. I'm proud. I think I'm gonna, like, shield and move. I am living in the house of a crazy cat, person. I think it might have been multiple people living here, because he implied that it was, like, they. I mean, maybe he was just using it in the gender-neutral sort of sense. Now we're not blinded by residual cat people. I talked a little bit about this earlier, of, like, it kind of makes sense of the fact that, like, this house was, like, pretty heavily renovated by the company that sold it to me. And, like, I was wondering why they would go to that trouble on a flip. But I think it's that they, like, my guess is that the house was in, like, kind of bad shape, like, before they bought it. But they got it for, like, super cheap. So they, like, updated a bunch of things so, like, a buyer would, like, be drawn to it. And, like, now it's just, like, pretty heavily renovated. Yeah, it is a 3-bedroom house that had 17 indoor cats. I think I sort of mentioned offhand earlier, like, it's not like a tiny house, but it's like a modest house, and that's a lot of cats, and that seems troubling. So if I, like, dodge, and then move left, and then Jupiter basic shot, because I don't want to draw, that would be okay. Drake's a bit of a problem for us, I think. I guess the question is, am I realistically playing Strafe? And the answer is, I didn't choose hardest not to have a stupid time. Ow. Well, a free Rigs card might be good around now. But it might also, honestly, just be good to scramble out of the way. As sad as that is. Well, I guess I can see what Rigs card I get. Bolt, I suppose. This, I mean, I guess. Neko says, really hope the outdoor cats got spayed and neutered. Yeah, I don't know, but my guess is that they're not. Because I think the cat that likes this house the most, I think it might currently be pregnant. I mentioned sometime last weekend, I think, that, like, it came to, like, hang out while my mom and I were dealing with, like, the logistical plumbing nightmare. And it just sort of, like, laid down in such a way that we could see its belly, and, like, its nipples were, like, really prominent, which made me think that, like, it could be pregnant. Like, I don't think that's normal otherwise. But I'm also not a cat expert. So I could just use the bolt this turn, which would allow me to not take literally lethal damage and also spend my attacks, which I guess is cool. I mean, Jupiter drones plus strafe is so funny. I hope I don't immediately die. Oh, that looks bad, though. That looks quite bad. That looks quite bad. Hey, any good Isaac cards for me? Move enemy left. That might be what I need. Move them left 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, it would be acceptable. I don't think basic shift does what I would want, because the second one wouldn't hit. So I'm gonna block shift shot. Yeah, okay. I did the math right. Really like to draw something that moves me left 1, which I don't think exists. I don't know. I know in the like neighborhood security app that I got to just be appraised of things going on in the area, people keep saying like pretty rough things about the state of shelters in regards to dogs. I don't know if that affects cats. I don't know if the shelters would be part of that catch and release program. But I agree something like that might exist, but I don't know very much about them in general. Probably has to be draw shot, right? I guess I could ventilator? Like, half of this hand isn't great. Move left. So the discount only happens on the turn you get the card, huh? That's interesting. I think I'm just gonna shift shot this turn, but I'm set up for, like, arguably a better turn someday. Okay, you didn't move at all. Just a little weird. I'm gonna, like, lunge, Jupiter, block, and hope you walk directly into my swinging fist. Didn't exactly do that. But if I, like, move you over and then multi-shot, that's pretty good. I need a regular attack that isn't shift shot. That counts. Okay. The idea is to set up traps with bait to catch strays, bring them to a clinic to get fixed, and then clip the ears so people know that the cat is stray but treated. And, like, where these programs exist, they take care of all of that? Is there, like, a... Who pays for that service? Do I want more Drake cards? I feel like I don't. Second Opinions is a little funny. Because if I start using the cat cards, then I can draw cat cards of off colors with Second Opinions. It also costs nothing. First time you lose hull each turn, gain overdrive. Or they get a random brittle part. That's kind of close. I don't think we have enough health buffer for Revenge Drive to be sufficiently reliable. I'm going to take the other one. Huh? I was picking up a signal at this abandoned shipyard, but as soon as we dropped out of hyperspace, it vanished. I don't like that. We could try to patch up the hull. Yeah, why not? Hold on. Heal 4 or 67% chance for combat. See, it's weird. That's not the only event that's framed that way. There's like the smuggling one where they're like, get an artifact or battle. But from my experience, that one has always been artifact and battle. And so far, I've got a 100% hit rate on heal and battle. You can't make me be responsible. I'm just gonna play strafe on the first turn and hope that things go good. Okay, so Jupiter Moon. Scramble. Get out of the way and shoot for 2. Jupiter, draw. Second Opinions does literally nothing. Basic shot. Scramble's a lot better when it fires multiple cannons. I think I should actually save this extra movement, though, because I could probably set up something better. Or maybe I can set up something exactly the same. Give me a cat card. Defensive mode. Gain a block and a move for 0. It's not bad. Normally this costs 0? Question mark? Unclear. I could just reroll. I could just choose a different cat card. I don't know. Defensive mode's pretty good because that lets me shoot and be less dead. Sure. Also costs nothing right now. So do that. Does that get... Okay, normally costs 1, but it exhausts itself. What is a discount cat card? So the way the cat cards work is... It costs 1 to play them by default. And then it generates a random, like, crew card. So for example, like... Multi-shot, classically a parry card. So, like, presumably somewhere in the game there's, like, parry.exe, and it's, like, add 1 of 2 discount parry cards. So, like, it could potentially generate multi-shot, but, like, it's cheaper by 1 because you had to, like, pay 1 to randomly see what card you could play in the first place. So, like, to make these cards less frustrating to play where you randomly get something and then you like definitely can't play it, it's like, well, it's discounted by 1, so if you could have played it when it was already in your hand, you can still sort of play it now. Let's do a move and a moon and a multi-shot. Oh, I found the weak spot. Alright, finally got there. Random artifact. Heal 1 after each combo. Oh, thank goodness, that's very good for us. Needed that. Okay, so now is the tough part. We have to figure out if we think that we're a bad enough dude to try and get more artifacts, or if we either aren't sufficiently good for that, or alternatively, if we think it's just more important to fix up the deck. Already upgraded Strafe. Upgrading Dodge could be good. Upgrading all of the cat cards is pretty fun. Upgrading lunge to be reversible also pretty good with strafe. And it'd be nice if we could make strafe remotely more playable, which is something that's kind of feasible if we went for the artifact. It's a bad idea. This looks rough. Alright, they wanna... Alright, I'm gonna Jupiter's Moons to take out the thing shooting me, clear the status card, and get a discount cat card. What is this? Cheap fix. Temporary cards cost 1 less. What an insanely specific card this is. It gives you a status that makes cards that only exist for this combat cheaper. But it also only lasts for a turn. God, that gives me a headache. And, of course, the other options are the existing cat cards in my deck already, Drake and Isaac. So, I'm curious if it's specifically the case that you can't generate cat cards for characters. No, we got a Riggs card earlier. We've just been, like, weirdly unlucky in the sense that, like, I'm not sure Drake, Isaac are the ones that are helpful to the situations I've been in, and they're the ones that I keep seeing. Oh, I don't... None of this seems especially good. I mean... I don't know. Isaac might have something move-related. Solar Breeze. Makes me feel fine. Now their missile will blow up their shield thing. I'm gonna play a Jupiter. I'm gonna play Scramble because you're not anywhere near me. I'm gonna play Strafe because you're not threatening me. Kinda wish I had lunge right now. Isaac? Isaac card? Maybe Isaac card? Large boulders, shield drone. That's a no for me, dog. Yeah, in this economy, I don't think so. Alright, I'm gonna shift everything left one so I can play Jupiter and their own drone thing will destroy their own drone thing. Kind of forgot that I would take that hit first, to be honest with you. Jupiter, scramble, move, 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 move. Strafe is fun. I think it's the first time I've like properly played with Strafe. Oh good, Max Study XE. Bolt is useful to me. Dead or alive? Alive! No. I think we're just gonna die on the first turn, to be honest with you. Is there a discount cat card that makes me invulnerable? Gonna say no. Don't feel like these are gonna help. Defensive mode is like a little helpful, I guess. We're so doomed. So we're taking 3. Yes, this was a bad idea. Okay. Shoot them. Obtain resources. Become sad. Become sad. Strafe. I strafe and bolt, I definitely can't do another Jupiter. So the best thing I could do would be 1, 2, 3. So I could strafe and then bolt and then move all the way to the right, do some damage to them, and take none damage. That's probably as good as this turn is getting. Strafe is very fun. We will die. God. Jupiter scramble because I can fire and move left. This is such a bad matchup for us. In addition to just our whole style and ease being distressed. Definitely need more cannons. Pretty much need to move. So I can either move 1. Yeah, 1 is about the best amount I can move. So I should probably multi-shot and then move. Because now I'm taking 1 instead of several from almost every other iteration. What can I draw? I mean, like lunge and garbage? Jupiter, draw. I drew the lunge. I don't think it's good. Am I dead? Not if I shield. I think all other things make me dead. Okay. Can I get off this now? Draw shot or scramble and multi-shot or lunge. Time for a second opinion. Okay, so lunge is like the sort of relevant. So Jupiter. Lunge. Alright, lived on 1, will heal 1. Who needs more life points than that? Okay, remember the ship attacks. I don't remember or know if Flux interacts favorably with Jupiter drones. I don't know. If I take it and it doesn't, it's extremely bad. If I take it and it does, it's actually super interesting. Because then we can kind of structure the whole run on just movement and getting strafe online, and then we'll just generate shields by moving around. In theory, the safest pick of, if any, is Perry. Endless Magazine is cute, but I think our deck is too much of a mess to mess around with that. These are always... EXE cards always exhaust themselves. Well, if we're gonna die anyway, maybe we should do the science, take the flux. You'd like immediately want to upgrade it. It's all very embarrassing, to be honest with you. Let's find out together. Cockpit's always weak. We need all the help we can get. Now, admittedly, it is absolutely correct to heal here for a multitude of reasons. However, Flux A. Wish me luck. Well, that's new. All right, what can second opinions give me? I guess flux, maybe. You sure it's not time to fight the shop? What an excellent question. God. I think I immediately have to second opinions. Lunge. Okay. I can work with that. Give me this. Shoot, I guess. Oh, Lord. Okay. I have to play strafe. I think the only shot I have is strafe. Have a shield. I'm gonna save the movement. Okay. Alright, now is the moment of truth. Flux. It did give us a temporary shield, even though the animations happen in a weird order. If I move one... It's weird that it's giving me the temp shield. Oh no, I think I understand how this order works. The game interprets a command to fire. That's the thing that triggers the temporary shield. And then the Jupiter drone triggers after that. Hi, Ice Bunny. Welcome to the stream. We're extremely doomed. How are you today? I take a dodge. Okay. Oh god, this thing is shuffling. It's not like a specific space along the way. Like that literal part can shuffle around and go anywhere. Ugh. Moon. Hold on. I think I don't move this turn. So it's like, see if Drake is good. Which it's not at all. Give me this. And then just block. Hope for a better draw next turn. Under caffeinated to be awake this early. That seems fair. It's quite early. I can't really... No, this is fine. I'm going to lunge Jupiter multi-shot. That protects me from damage and does a bunch to them. Wow, that's a good draw. Jupiter. Hold on. If I lunge... I'm just gonna flux multi-shot. I think that's better. The temp shield still blocks that, so I'm gonna save the move in case I need it. 5:30 on a Sunday. Hey, tell me something, Ice Bunny. I don't think I know this. Are you just like an early bird? Are you a person who just prefers to get up early, or is there a specific reason you're always up so early? Jupiter. Isaac? Yeah, draw me something else. Ah, but then everything's gonna move? Really bad for everything to move. Clear the corrupted core. Pass. It's not a good turn. I think we're gonna have to scramoose. Give me this. That exhausts itself? It did. Okay. Oh boy. Scramble and just move out of the way. I'm gonna get through this fight. I'm gonna find a way to live through this. Jupiter. You were technically up early too. That is true, Neko. I don't know. Even though I'm not sure I have like a succinct answer, I feel like I have a better sense of why you're up early. Best guess is ADHD. For the sleeping, a little old age has to do with it too. Well, I would never dare to ask a bunny her age, but yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that's a pretty reasonable answer. This is a tough turn. I think it's pretty reasonable not to die on this turn. Is it possible to do anything that matters, though? If I flux multi-shot, then I deal 3 damage to them and gain 3 shield, but I should definitely still not be exactly where I'm at. Let's do... No, I guess it would be fine not to move. And then we could... Oh, but that would be 1, 2, 3. No, that would still be fine. Okay, I'm gonna play a Jupiter drone that's not being destroyed this turn in the hope I can set up a better turn next turn. And then I'm gonna flux multi-shot, because that gives me 3 temp shield, which exactly negates the 3 damage I'm gonna take because this is on a weak spot. I could move a bunch, but it wouldn't be lethal to them, and it would save me only a little bit of damage that I'm already blocking. Obviously. Everything's going over there. Drone shift this into a better spot. Then build up some drone, and then I think I will just... It's better. Lunge is better because it does the thing I want of moving me out of the way. Does lunge... How many times does lunge trigger attacks? Is it 2 separate move for move 2, or it's 1 instance of move? 1 instance of move. Okay. We're learning a lot about the game from this insane thing we're doing. Woof. Jupiter, cycle, Jupiter. How much health you got? I think I could take you out. Yeah, Jupiter strafe. That's my favorite futuristic dance. Oh, look at all that glorious hull that we obtained from that. We've been on 2 hull for so long. Hey, Ellison, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, happily ever, Kara. Welcome, welcome. All right, we beat the first zone. So just to fill in those of you who are joining, and some light spoilers here. We just sort of completed the main story of the game, and as a result we got a special character that we're trying out, and we decided to play on hardest mode to make it really super duper hard. Yeah, emphasis on was big. That was a big crystal for sure. Oh, Prism from the cutscene. That's fun. Time skip. Other statuses and temp shield don't deplete over time. Statuses that deplete for other reasons are unaffected, but this also depletes. And it gives you a temp shield for fun. That's a really interesting card. What happened to make the hull so awful? So because we started on hardest, we have 3 fewer max hull points to begin with, and then start with 50% hull missing in addition to that. And I think it was Drake, one of the elites that we fought, like, really messed us up super bad. We were at like 1, and then we like gained 1 health back. So weaken hull is too expensive for what we're doing. Prism, I don't know about Prism. Like, there's a world in which it's an attack that can spread across all our Jupiter drones for like 5, but that requires like really ridiculously specific circumstances. Those are both weird upgrades. You upgrade Prism to either draw 1 and then attack for 1 damage per card color in hand, which is basically just stapling draw 1 on the original effect, or discard 1 but then deal 2 damage for each color. I don't think I want any of these. My deck's already kind of a mess. The cat cards are like interesting, but they kind of feel build around in a way that we're not suited for. Playing at this difficulty I'm not really accustomed to. Also, like, none of these directly works with the strafe plan, really. So I'm gonna skip. Demon Thrusters, you can no longer have more than 3 of 8 at a time. That feels like a non-starter. Oh, I hate all of these. I mean, sometimes Demon Thrusters is fine. But, like, this is specifically a build where I'm trying to, like, move a lot. Because I got strafe randomly generated at the start of the run. Genesis is so bad. Well, I guess you can clear the Genesis canisters, but they take 3, and my deck is bad, and I'm gonna die. I think I'm skipping. Zone 2. Okay. Not a great start. Can I draw a strafe on the first turn? Yep. Dang it. I misclicked somehow. What did I even play? Oh, basic shot. So good? Well, that's fun. Flux. Multi-shot. That's only the additive weak spot, so that's 4? I'll take 4. It's, cat? Take defensive mode again. I feel like this card only exists to make cat.exe slightly more manageable. Okay. Strafe. Pretty good. Only have 1 movement, huh? Maybe strafe was extremely bad? It's fine, we'll be fine. We'll heal for 2 after this. That's how stuff works. So, Jupiter, lunge, basic dodge. Save that last movement. This has been a very sloppy, bad battle here, huh? Got him. I think battery is good so that I have a higher chance of playing strafe without my hair falling out. Well, that bottom path is mighty enticing, but also horrifying, but also I'm doing it. Okay, what am I doing at this shop, by the way? I already upgraded Flux and Strafe. Upgraded Scramble is just sad. It's just sad. I should probably upgrade Dodge. Most of these cat cards are very bad for what we have going on. Yeah, let me upgrade Dodge. So that I can keep drawing it and keep accumulating movement for Strafe to be good. Extra battery probably still useful here. It's unlikely for me to draw it together with Strafe again before I like need to be in charge of this fight. So let's do that. Let's do Jupiter. I think like Flux, Lunge, and honestly just like Scramble and move to not take damage. Let's do a Jupiter, one move, Bolt. Let's take a block. Oh yeah, also we had to take a debuff at the start of this run, so we have even less like max shield possibility than we would normally have. Got a lot going on. Let's get a free move. And a Jupiter. I just want to like attack here. Strafe, huh? Probably should have considered that. Well, we drew Strafe. Does that do anything for me? I'm willing to take one off this to have Strafe online to make the rest of this fight manageable, he says, suddenly realizing the seeking missiles. Oh, good. Oxygen leak. Right. So if I Flux, I gain one temp shield. And then if I do another attack, I gain another. I would love to be able to like move, but then I'll just like take more damage based on where we're at now. So let's Flux. I really wanted to play a Jupiter drone this turn. I mean, I guess I still can. I just lose my like regular shield. Honestly, I think that's fine. Don't love this. Okay. Dodge is good. So like gotta be careful about this. It's very unlikely for me to kill them this turn. Kind of have to play cat, don't I? I could just accept the fact that I'm likely to take 2 damage here. And that would let me like move Jupiter drone, multi-shot. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have leftover. I should just do cat. Jack of all trades. Well, that's kind of interesting. I don't know what I'm doing. I could, like, move left and deploy a Jupiter drone to take out the missile. That'll hit them for one, and then I can multi-shot. Or at that rate, I could jack of all trades, which insulates me a little bit from future bad turns like this one. I guess arguably I could take a Dizzy card and try to block with it. Taking Jack. Found the weak spot. I guess that means that I want to multi-shot? No. I need the resources. Ugh. Missiles are really hard for this build to deal with. And they have coffee cake? That's exciting, Neko. I'm very jealous. Let's... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm wishing that I had defensive cards. I do like coffee cake. I mean, coffee cake is sort of designed to pair with coffee, but like, it can certainly be enjoyed without it. I mean, I don't know if coffee cake is different in Europe. There are many things that are, but like, my familiarity with coffee cake is sort of like a spongy cake with cinnamon topping. Love cinnamon. And frosting? I'm not sure I've had any with frosting, to be honest with you. Boy, we're not even, like, drawing good cards. So bad. Like, extremely, horribly bad. And this sucker ain't doing anything to help me. Hey, I drew basic dodge. That was the thing that made doing that worth doing. Yours says frosting but not cinnamon? That's so strange. I'm most used to just cinnamon and cake, more or less. Frosting and pecans are definitely different from my experience. At least I finally drew Flux again. I can't do terribly much with it, really. I guess that's not true. I have enough movement that I can, 2 more movement? Okay, good. It's aiming left instead of right, which would be a weak spot. I guess I'm clearing Corrupted Core. Be so cool if like one of my cannons was like opposite any part of their ship for that turn. Kind of just trying not to die. And it keeps just like moving further to the right instead of letting me do anything with my stupid drones. So doomed. So extremely doomed. None move left, huh? God, I'm gonna get the negative status next turn. Okay. God. In order to not lose because I got the status, I think I specifically have to draw shot and get basic dodge. Did not do it. Am dead. Am literally dead. I genuinely feel like we got some pretty bad luck there. I don't think our deck was very good, but that ended up being a really frustrating battle where it's just like he just kept moving to the right. I could never make use of any drone that I got to survive a turn. So anytime I wanted to try and do damage, I had to spend at least one energy playing a drone in addition to anything else. Like, I honestly think we were building in a good direction. I do think that all of the cat cards were extremely bad for what we were doing. Like, I basically just never wanted a Drake or Isaac card for any reason. And the cat cards, what was interesting to get a better sense of what they were, they're real chaotic. Let's make another... We're not going to finish a run, obviously. Maybe we can get to, like, the end of a run or the end of a zone or something. I think we should try out Cat again. Who should we pair with Cat? I'll be a little curious to see what starting cards Cat generates with different characters. My guess is that they're generated randomly to be not members of the crew. Okay, I hear books. And Max. I was actually kind of curious if Max's random had any positive effect with Cat's random. Also down to hard? No! If we don't intend to finish a run anyway, we might as well go hardest. Like, honestly, like, I truly believe that if we were slightly less unlucky, that was extremely winnable, and we were positioned to be doing better in future battles. Like, that, several things went wrong there. I'm gonna play the Tide Runner because I absolutely hate myself, I guess, is the reason. Must reroute power. Gain debris. Oh, now, okay. Now, hang on a second. Oh no, this is Max Hull. I thought I had the ability to die in character creation for a second here. I mean, these are all extremely bad. The Tide Runner, by default, is a horrible ship. Who needs hull anyway? See, look, now I'm at max hull. Now I'm at max hull, and I'm going to replace my starting artifact with a boss artifact, and that's going to be the zero doubler, which will double my first zero cost card, and I don't have any of those, strictly speaking. Still have some achievements left. Win hardest, win shopkeep battle, do up to 30 dailies. Yeah, I haven't tried any of the dailies. The others, I think, were things that if I had to guess, I would already have sort of known. Anyway. Strong start. They are attacking a weak spot that will definitely extremely kill us. Why don't we get a discount rigs card? Quick thinking. Yeah, we're not like anywhere close to attacking them, so I'm just gonna mage hand end my turn. Okay, they didn't move. I guess I'll corrupt it. Let's do crystal. That costs 0, so I could double that, which only moves me 1, which is mildly interesting. And then let's get a dodge for later. Honestly, I think it'll be really funny if we could just win this fight. All other ideas be darned. Let's anchor and then shoot for the first point of damage. And then shard. And then dodge, I guess? Okay. Mage hand, that's some damage. And they're not attacking this turn, so I should probably just maximize the shooting them. Okay. Mage hand, shard. Shoot him. Draw 3. Shoot him again. Boy, my hand is bad. Isaac? Attack drone? Yeah, I could use that right now. Play that. Oh, I doubled up because it cost 0 and destroyed the drone. Very, very good. Very good. Let's get a dodge in there. Okay. Mage hand. Let's shoot. Probably should block so that I can shard. Okay, that wasn't very helpful. I'm honestly surprised I'm not getting more of a reaction to my 5 total health ship. I won the battle. What on earth would this deck do? What would it do? Like, what does this combination... What does it even do? What does it do? I guess what I should do with that horrible starting artifact is try to upgrade my cat cards to cost 0. Oh boy. I don't want any of this. It's all very bad. I'm gonna make the unpopular opinion that I probably shouldn't try to battle any elites, given that my ship has 2 health. So I guess I'll go straight for an elite then. It's Wizbo! I'm a bit of a wizard myself, but with computers. No, that's different. My way is cooler. That's fun dialogue. We are going to die. Probably. What's the status he does? The Bluey Plichinko. Okay. I don't particularly need to move. Draw something? That's not very helpful. That's not very helpful. Riggs card? Do I think I'll be alive long enough for Charge Beam to work? The answer is a resounding I hope so. Shoot him. Oh, we lost books. Oh dear. Well, we definitely have to remove the toxic status, I think. It seems quite bad. Oh, good. This will give me 2 burn if I play it. Let's get that shield I'm missing. Sure. Oh, no, we doubled that because it costs 0, so we'll take 1 direct hull damage, obviously. Yes, yes. Oh, and we got another miasma. That's a bad roll for us. How about... Here's an interesting question. Crystal Shard does cost 0. The first one will bring books back. Will the second one actually play? It appears to, which is interesting. Wow, so because Cat is considered neutral card color for this specific battle where Wizbo like makes my characters disappear, I can't use basic cards if he happens to make Cat disappear. That's super good for me. Definitely. Wow, we're in bad shape. I would really like to play Mage Hand, but I would like for it to damage them. That combination of things basically can't happen. Isaac. Well, I guess I'll take Solar Breeze. Don't want to play that now, but I can cycle that to draw a card at some point. Oh, I drew Toxic. Very good. Definitely obliged to deal with that. I'd love for them to be in range of my attack, but here we are. Ah, yes. Miasma. Yes. Correct. Let's shoot and move. Crystal Shard. Solar Breeze? Oh boy. Shoot. Oh man. Yep, Toxic again. That's super good. What's your health at? Ah, so close. So close. Can I, Oh, it cost 0, so it doubled! I could have killed them a while ago! Guys, collided books briefly turned into British Snowy Channel 5. That particular enemy has a special status effect they apply that disrupts communications to your characters. So you have to play one of their cards to make them reappear. And while the comms are inactive, playing their cards doesn't have any other effect. Gain 1 shield, put 2 shards in your deck. That sounds awful. Dizzy. Take a Dizzy card. Picking up a distress single. No, it's a pirate. Why is it always a pirate? Give me that artifact or else. We don't have any, apparently. It'd be really funny if they took the one that made the anchor. That would be fun. Oh, we're so in bad shape, fam. I can't stress enough how, like, not in good shape we are. Give me missile shot. Give me missile shot. It's not good on this turn, regrettably. So I'll shoot you. Actually, probably should have played energy there. Good turn for anchor. Just kidding, never a good turn for anchor. Just kidding, sometimes a good turn for anchor? Sure, options for free, why not? Let's draw stuff next turn and then block nothing this turn. Oh, that looks bad. Oh, lots of cards. Oh, but anchor is somewhere in there because I can't move. I mean, I'm gonna need to move. So I have 2 move. That's maybe not enough move. Ah, that moves me a little. Hey, wait, under this circumstance, if I play admin deploy, doesn't it exhaust corrupted core and move me out of the way? Oh, yeah. I understand game mechanics. Oh, now I just having options in my deck? What a bummer. I guess I'll shoot. I can't really do the other shot. That seems bad. I'm gonna, like, block. Options. Move one. Okay, what am I trying to do here? I want to move to the left. So I have to anchor at some point. Give me a dizzy card. Well, that's not very good. Guess I'll play Big Shield. So then I don't have to... No, I will have to anchor. Well, I should anchor. Very good turn. Finally drew missile shot when my missile bay was remotely close to them. That's exciting for me. Let's do this. Let's double crystal shard. Let's anchor. Another exciting turn, but hey, I hit you with a missile. Oh god, is that the first damage I've done here? Alright. Draw 2. Okay. Mage hand? And then if I do missile shot, then I don't actually take any damage, but I shoot them with a missile. Well, I guess the missile's out of range, but it's the principle of the missile. Missile shot. A. I'm determined to actually survive these inane encounters I've set upon myself. Super cool turn. Good anchor, good. Let's anchor, I guess, and move and options. Because somehow, despite having most of our deck currently in our possession, this turn is awful. I think it partially has to do with their positioning. That's fine. Ah, sick. Missile. Mage hand. Oh, out of energy? Thought I had one more. They're close. Almost got them. Basic shot. Alright, survived another battle. Lazy barrage. Shoot one, move them one. Shoot one, move them one, shoot. We're escape artist. Draw one card. Shuffle. Hand order. Immediately after you play the leftmost, rightmost card in your hand, move left or right. Oh my god, no. Don't make the Tide Runner run more tides. Please, I'm begging you. I have one hull. Currently gained 3 hull. Well, that might be it. Although, what if I started every battle with a shard? Oh, we have no chance of surviving this encounter. Just absolutely none shot. Oh, well, the first one we drew is anchor, so we're locked in place, which is actually good, weirdly. Give me a dizzy card. No, like a good one. Give me like a... No, just shoot him. Just shoot him. Yeah, that already looks very bad. Actually, admin deploy here is kind of funny. It would move me left and then move me left again. And it would exhaust a card that would already exhaust itself, but that would give me a shard that would move me right and draw me 2 cards. And those 2 cards would be exactly Basic Dodge and Isaac. Yeah, that actually sounds really bad. I probably shouldn't do any of that. It's funny, though. Corrupted Core. Block? Actually, hang on. If I admin deploy, I move left 2, and then right 1, which is net left 2, which is better than the amount of damage I would take under all other circumstances. Now, hang on. Okay. Shard. Shoot. Mage Hand. Momentum? Momentum dodge? Momentum dodge. Oh, Lord. I guess I don't want to move, because I'm probably not doing lethal. So just, like, draw some cards? Give me a Riggs card. Strafe. Very funny. Really appreciate the humor. It costs 3 because by default it costs 4. Let me just shoot you a couple times. Well, I could strafe. It seems pretty bad to do that. Actually, does it? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't seem bad to do that. Because right now I'm taking 1. I think that's fine. Does it do me any good to play these shards? It doesn't really. I don't think I can play anything that matters, just more shards. Okay, now moving is damage. Draw me 2? Isaac? Yeah, give me an attack drone. I think if I just play my like leftmost cards, it's good. I get one more move that doesn't really do anything. Play this and then move back. My shield takes all of that, but barely. Unbelievably survived that. Truly no explaining it. Do I have any actual statuses? I don't. Shuffle Shot is such dog water. Branch Prediction. If fired upon, will move completely out of the way right. My deck doesn't do anything, so I don't know what to pick. Probably nothing. Branch Prediction's funny, though. God, Branch Prediction A is insanely funny. Okay, hold on. Every 5th time you gain an attack, evade. That's probably nothing. Ricochet Paddle sounds useful. I don't know, I think I'm actually gonna call it there. That was sort of my final boss battle in the sense that I really didn't think I was going to survive with 2 maximum health and 3 maximum shield against an enemy whose signature move is having so many cannons it's difficult to move out of the way of them. I guess it's a testament to the Tide Runner and the fact that it's almost certainly better than I think it is, but also I hate it a lot. I really think it sucks. So, I mean, I think at this point, we're at kind of a similar stage to where we are with Murder by Numbers with Cobalt Core. Where, like, we could gun for those last couple of achievements if we wanted, and it can sort of act as a filler game. But as sort of a happy surprise, I think we actually sort of finished it, more or less. Yeah, I don't know. I really like that ending. I mean, I wouldn't say that overall I like Cobalt Core as much as I like Darkest Dungeon, but I think that that ending pulls off like a similar type of closure that I think is like I think it's satisfying in a way that's similar to the ending that Darkest Dungeon gave, which is one of the things that I like so much about Darkest Dungeon, is that for being a game that's not really narratively focused, it really has, in the end, a very coherent, followable and, like, interesting story. And, you know, the story of Cobalt Core is maybe even a little bit more basic, but, like, it has really colorful characters, both in terms of design and just, like, character/writing. And I like the combat system. It's a little simplistic. I feel like if they made a Cobalt Core 2, I would expect it to, like, be, like, really good. Like, normally I don't invest a lot in just the vague idea of a sequel, but I feel like in some ways Cobalt Core is, like, a pretty, like, streamlined, almost proof of concept, in that, like, there's not a ton of depth to the individual strategies, but I think there's enough breadth to keep you going through the sort of story of it and to try out different characters and things like that. But, like, at this point, like, I'm not sure how much strategy there is that I don't feel like is explored that is also still interesting, outside of, like, playing maybe a few more games with Cat. But, like, Cat, I think, is kind of just like a wild card option for fun and maybe to increase difficulty in a certain way. But I like that. I like the option to do that, and I think it's fun to add Cat. And again, I like the way the ending tied everything together. Just really been happy with Cobalt Core overall. Like, the music is great. It's consistently been a thing that I remark on and really enjoy. I like the creativity of the system itself, both the combining crew aspects and particularly, like, the maneuvering ships against each other with, like, separate resources. Like, I just really like Cobalt Core a lot, and I think it's fun that thanks to Demolition, we will have ourselves a Riggs souvenir of all our time playing through Cobalt Core. I hope you guys have enjoyed playing the game with me. I do really like it a lot. We may play it here or there, but like, you know, I feel good about the fact that we got what to me is a satisfying experience out of playing this for a few weeks, somewhat out of necessity, trying to just like play something simple coming out of the move. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just really happy with how all this played out. Happy with this game. Do recommend it. And like I said, I hope you've enjoyed. But yeah, to answer your earlier question, Neko, is Big Pirate EV new? Not extremely new, but sort of new. This EV came from that candy store in Burbank with all the good Pokemon. One of the last things I did before I left the state was I went in and bought 3 more, which were the slightly derpy Kanto Vulpix, this Eevee, and Mew, who's also on the shelf back there. But yeah, I've had it for that amount of time. But speaking of our delightful stuffed animals, now is the portion of the stream where I encourage you to try and consider where I may have hidden a secret Squirtle, because among these various friends I have hidden some number of Squirtles, and if you're able to locate one, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. So look around amongst my various Pokemon, giant narwhal, other aquatic things, off-seasonal stuffed animals, and see if you can find it, because if your life's going anything like mine, a little luck would certainly be useful. Feeling generally optimistic about the work that the dishwasher did. I think it's partially, I think we're back to a point where running the hot water for a little while will mostly exhaust the supply of bad water. I don't know what it is that causes it to kind of resettle where the tank draws from over time, but because the dishwasher runs for so long, by the end of the cycle it may be reaching like actual purified water, which, you know, is probably the majority of the run cleaning it. So let's see, we got guesses behind Carlos, a couple candy corns, and behind Jigglypuff. Okay. Let's see. Several of those are actually quite close at hand, so I guess we could start here with Carlos. I love Carlos. He is Colossum. He makes me happy all the time. He is very special to me, which is why he gets his own emote. Hiding back there behind the Eevees and under Carlos is our Pusheen Narwhal, who been finding it challenging to fit into this current configuration. I still haven't exactly figured out how I should better arrange this room. I'm not, like, extremely disappointed with it currently, but I'm also not quite happy with it. See an eye behind that Jigglypuff? I don't know what you're talking about. But I can tell you that behind this delightful Halloween candy corn is, in fact, a little tiny Squirtle. And if we take it back to the shelf and we move this and our Jigglypuff out of the way, got a Squirtle over there too. Our trick-or-treat Halloween Squirtle, a suitable companion for our Halloween candy corn. Does Narissa have a Squirtle yet? No, I don't really feel like getting up, but I'll do it anyway. Because yes. That was there yesterday too. Yep, that's the big one. That one came from Burbank too. That was a very expensive Squirtle. He's very, very big. Very supportive friend. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our marathon run of Cobalt Core, but I genuinely feel good about it. I feel like I have closure with the game. I feel like it's done quite a service in making these streams possible, And yeah, I'll have to obviously figure out what is next. That may involve some discussion on the Discord. So let me drop that link just in case you're not already there and want to be a part of that conversation. But that's going to do it for tonight's stream. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves and remember that you are Clawsome.